You bought a tool that was supposed to save you time. Maybe it does. But here's what you probably never did. You never checked. You don't actually know if it's saving you time. You don't know how much. And you definitely don't know what that time is worth in dollars. That's not a knock on you, it's almost universal. Operators buy automation tools on a feeling, run them for months, keep paying, and never once verify whether the thing is working. This video is about fixing that. Here's how it usually goes. You see a tool. The demo looks clean. Someone you respect says it changed their business. You buy it, you set it up, you move on. And somewhere in the back of your head, you've got this standing assumption that tool is saving me time. That assumption never gets tested. It just sits there, quietly, costing you money every month. The problem isn't that the tool doesn't work. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. The problem is you have no idea which one is true because you never built a way to find out. You made a purchasing decision based on a promise and then trusted the promise without ever asking for proof. That's not a bad habit, it's just what happens when you're busy. You don't have time to audit everything, so you audit nothing, and the subscriptions stack up, and the assumption stays unverified. That's the trap. So that's the core problem, assumptions with no verification. Now let's talk about the part most operators skip entirely, which is what that time is actually worth. People ask, how do I know this is working? And they mean it as a vague question, like, is this tool doing something useful? But that's not actually the question that matters. The question that matters is, what's an hour of my time worth? Because if a tool saves you 2 hours a week and your time is worth $100 an hour, that tool needs to cost less than $800 a month to make sense. Most people never run that math. They see a $49 or $99 or $199 subscription and think, yeah, that's fine, without ever connecting it to output. Here's how you run it. Take what you made last year, divide by the hours you actually worked. That's your real hourly rate. Now look at what the tool claims to save. Multiply it out. Is the subscription cost less than that number? If yes, keep it. If no, or if you genuinely don't know, that's your answer. You're not measuring ROI. You're just paying and hoping. And hope is not a business system. So now you've got a dollar figure to work with. But here's where it gets slippery, because there's a difference between feeling efficient and actually being efficient. Most automation content, and I mean most of it, sells you the feeling of efficiency. The clean dashboard, the workflow that looks impressive, the dopamine hit when something runs without you touching it. That feeling is real. It's also completely unverified. You can feel like your business is running smoother and still be paying for tools that aren't moving your revenue, your output, or your actual capacity to take on more work. Verified ROI looks different. It's boring. It's a number. It's before and after. I used to spend 6 hours a week on this task. Now I spend one. Here's what I did with the 5 hours I got back, and here's what that produced. That's it. If you can't say that, you don't have ROI. You have a story you're telling yourself. The feeling of efficiency is one of the most expensive things you can buy because it's comfortable enough that you stop looking for the actual result. Don't buy the feeling, measure the output. That efficiency feeling is exactly why the next problem sneaks up on you, because comfortable and unverified is exactly how subscription fatigue sets in. Subscription fatigue isn't about having too many tools, it's about having too many unmeasured tools. There's a difference. If every tool you're paying for has a verified dollar return, your stack could be 20 tools deep and you'd feel fine about it. The fatigue comes from the creeping sense that you're paying for things and you're not sure why. It's that $79 tool you set up 8 months ago that runs in the background doing something you think. It's the platform you bought during a productivity sprint that you haven't logged into since March. It's not the dollar amount that drains you, it's the uncertainty, the not knowing, the quiet guilt of a recurring charge for something you can't justify. That's what wears on you. And the fix isn't to cancel everything and start over. The fix is to get a number. For every tool in your stack, ask one question. What does this produce that I can measure? If you can answer that, keep it. If you can't, you've got your answer. So now you know what to look for. The last piece is actually building the thing that makes any of this possible, a baseline. Here's why most operators can't answer, how do I know this is working? They didn't measure anything before they bought the tool. No baseline. So now you've got no before. You can't do a before and after if before doesn't exist. For every tool you're considering buying, or every tool in your current stack you want to actually evaluate, you need three numbers. How long does this task take me right now? How often does it happen? What does that time cost me at my real hourly rate? That's your baseline. Takes 10 minutes to build. You write it down somewhere. Then, after 30, 60, 90 days with the tool running, you pull those same three numbers again. Did the time go down? Did the frequency change? Is what you're paying less than what you saved? That's the whole measurement system. It's not complicated. It just requires you to do it before you buy, not after. Most people never build the baseline because they're in buying mode. They're excited about the solution. Slow down for 10 minutes. Write the numbers down. Future, you will know exactly whether it worked. You've been paying for time savings you never measured. That's fixable. Start with one tool in your stack. Pull your real hourly rate. Build the baseline. Run it for 90 days. Then you'll actually know. That's the difference between a system that works and one you're just hoping works. If you want to see where your business actually stands right now, take the flow state score. 4 minutes, free, links in the description. It'll show you exactly where you've got gaps and where you've got leverage. Go take it.